All right, continuing our greater Idaho coverage this week. You know that thing where Idaho is hoping to kind of just collect most of eastern Oregon and call it our own? Well, today we're talking about wolves, specifically the difference in laws across the border. Pat Doris at KGW in Portland has the story.
Wolves returned to Oregon for the modern era in 2008. That was more than 60 years after the last one was shot and killed for bounty. They were not brought into the state, but rather allowed to wander in from neighboring Idaho, protected under the Federal Endangered Species Act. In just 3 years, the federal government found that enough gray wolves had returned to eastern Oregon that they could be taken off the endangered species list there. In 2015, the state of Oregon took wolves off the state endangered species list as well, although there are still restrictions on killing the animals. By the end of 2021, the state reported at least 21 different wolf packs in Oregon, with at least 175 members. This map from Oregon Fish and Wildlife shows where most of the packs are now located. See the upper right-hand corner of the state? That's where most are found, and that's where we are headed. We'll drive 100 miles north and east from John Day in a snowstorm to reach a tiny town called Medical Springs. It's on the edge of Union County and is home to thousands of cattle. Coleman Lay is a 30-year-old rancher.
I am the 6th generation, and my son is the 7th. My great-great-great-grandfather homesteaded up the road about 7-8 miles. About 125 years ago, and built a family here, and I'm the tail end of them, I guess. And my little boy and little girl are the 7th, so.
He has a degree in marketing and supply chain management from Boise State and loves this land and his herds of cattle. I visited during calving season. He has 1,000 mama cows, as he calls them. The moms of these two little ones did not survive. Coleman showed me how to give one a bottle of warm milk. When we were finished, I learned that around hungry calves, it's best to keep your guard up.
Yeah, I think you're about done there, pal. Will they just stop or shall I pull it out?
You'll hear, did you hear that air kind of go out? Yeah, that one's done.
Oh. A shot to the to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, that's all I got.
A good lesson for a reporter from the city.
The greater Idaho movement, to me, is more of the fact that there's just so many people who are so tired of, not having a say. They're like, hey, my life is basically being dictated by a completely other side of the state that has nothing, that really has no clue what we're dealing with over here.
While Coleman's working with the cattle, he has one predator that he worries about all the time: the wolves. And around here, it's not a theoretical concern. In early February, wolves came right here to his home and attacked and killed his dog. He shared this picture with us. We're blurring out most of it. It's too disturbing to show. He said ODFW biologists inspected the remains of his dog, named Dodge, and confirmed he'd been killed by wolves. Coleman said it happened overnight while he slept. Obvious question, but I'm sure you miss your dog.
Yeah, I miss him every day.
It's not the first time wolves have attacked here. Coleman shared this picture of a cow killed by wolves and said there are others. The state does allow some pushback. In late February, ODFW approved the killing of 2 wolves near Medical Springs after 3 documented attacks in pasture lands. On top of that, 3 more wolves have been legally killed in eastern Oregon this year for attacking livestock.
Yeah, this is a major problem. I don't feel safe with going on walks with my dogs. I don't feel like my family, I got to have an eye on them at all times.
There is a wolf kill compensation fund set up by the state legislature in 2011. It's a mixture of state and federal tax money that pays for prevention measures to protect livestock from wolves. It also pays for animals that are dead or hurt or missing. In 2022, the fund paid $393,682 for wolf attacks and prevention. The payout since the fund began totals $1,187,000. That's not much comfort for ranchers like Coleman Lay, who wishes Oregon's leaders on the west side of the state knew what it was like to live with wolves on the east side.
Okay, so for reference, Idaho is pretty much wide open when it comes to wolves. To drastically reduce the population back in 2021, we made it okay for year-round trapping for wolves on private property. Also unlimited purchase of wolf tags, and you can use virtually any method to take any wild canine in Idaho, like foxes or coyotes. In the 2021-2022 season, 50,000 hunters in Idaho killed 389 wolves, and only 72 of those hunters trapped and killed more than one wolf. Most of those wolves were in North Idaho, according to Fish and Game. The wolf population in Idaho is stable and has been since 2019.